Namaste, friends. Welcome. We're practicing Savasana, also known as restorative pose or relaxation pose or corpse pose. So in our Savasana, we want to be as comfortable as possible. You would want to use your blocks if you have blocks, blankets if you have blankets, and really support yourself as much as you'd like. This is intended to allow the whole body to relax fully, to nourish and relish in the nectar of your asana practice. So you might want to invite yourself onto your back, and if being on your back doesn't serve you, then maybe coming onto your belly might. You can create a pillow with your hands and rest there as well. So you really want to adjust and adapt your Savasana for the best experiences possible. I really enjoy utilizing a blanket underneath my knees, and that just provides a little more elevation and circulation for my legs. You're also welcome to discover what it's like to stack the blocks together and place a blanket on top of the blocks. And then once you have everything all nice and built up, then you're just going to rest the backs of your legs and start to lower yourself down very slowly and very mindfully. And if you find that your chin protrudes up towards the direction of the sky, then just give yourself a gentle adjustment here by rolling the back of your head so that you have your chin slightly down towards your chest. And you're going to have kind of like a double, triple chin thing going on here, and that's fine. It is what it is. You just want to have this experience of opening up through the cervical spine. And if that's still not an option for you, then please utilize a pillow underneath your head so that you have a nice line, a plumb line of energy that's very comfortable. Now your hand positions for your students and yourself in Savasana can be either one hand on your tummy, one hand on your heart. You can have the hands out by your sides. You can have the hands in cactus arms. It's also really sweet to have the arms up above you and really melting into the space. So you have some options here. Some students like to have a diagonal stretch and kind of reach into one side for a few rounds of breath, and then they do it on the other. So really give your students permission to explore the different arm variations that serve them. Now, you also have the option to have something underneath the lower back if that's something your students are working with, especially if the lower back is sensitive. There's also something known as constructive rest as a Savasana. So that way the student that has lower back sensitivity or is working with sciatica, the pubic bone is going to scoop up towards the belly button a little bit more here. The knees are going to draw together and the feet are going to go wide. There's not going to be any props underneath. You can alleviate those and move them out of the way. If you want to add props underneath, super sweet, super awesome, go ahead and be the prop king or queen and give your students all the props that they need to adjust and accommodate themselves in this rich Savasana. In this space, you also have the opportunity to encourage your students to go into a meditation. You can go into a guided meditation here. And in Savasana, you want to typically hold Savasana anywhere between 5 minutes to as long as 10 minutes. And I say this very, very lovingly with the essence of if you practice for, say, 1 hour, then you would want to, for every 30 minutes, you want to have a 5-minute Savasana. So technically, a 1 hour Savasana, that would be great, right? A 1 hour yoga class would be a 5 to 7 minute, maybe even 10-minute Savasana. So really give yourself permission to work with that. And then from there, offer yourself to what we call hold the space. Create an environment for your students to find deep relaxation without saying anything. You're just holding the space, the environment. Maybe you're meditating. Maybe there's a certain song that you're playing, or maybe you're singing. So you're just in this environment where you're just in oneness and in stillness, if that works for you. Once you're done holding the space, and once you're in this space for a pretty good amount of time, giving your students enough time to get into meditation, Then you'll guide the students out by asking them to invite movement into the toes, into the fingers, if that's for them, or if that's what you want to do. Or if you have your own language that you resonate with that feels more authentic as to bringing your students out of a meditation. Ultimately guiding them into either a seated posture or they can remain where they are, and then closing your class or beginning your class with however you wish to proceed. Namaste, friends, and I'll see you in the next module.